What's up, Meat Geeks? Nick here with Paradise Locker. Today we're on down here on location at Local Pig with Alex Pope. Alex, thanks for having us down, carving out a little bit of time.
Absolutely, Nick. Happy to have you.
So we're just gonna, we want to do a video. You know, we're kind of doing this proud partner profile where highlighting some of the businesses that we work with, some of the local stuff that we do down in and around Kansas City, in and around our community. And Local Pig is one of those. We've been working with these guys for a long time. And so we're going to chat with Alex a little bit about our relationship, how it kind of got started, and then the main thing that we want to show you guys today is what he's got going on down here, because these guys are doing some really, really cool stuff. And if you haven't been down to check them out, you definitely need to. So, Alex, real quick, like, you know, we've been working together for quite a while. Kind of tell us your journey, where you thought about this whole situation, or this whole scenario, this whole business model, and how you found out about us and how that whole thing got started.
Yeah, I was thinking about this morning. I think we've been working together for about 17 years. So I started when I was the sous chef at the American.
Right.
I started buying whole hogs from you. And that is how I learned to break down animals, was buying the hogs from you and just getting in and doing it. I remember doing a plant tour with you at least 17 or 18 years ago, and just being blown away how cool it was. So we've been working together ever since. When I started Local Pig, it was just a very small butcher shop, and we would buy whole hogs from you. You drop them off, we'd cut them up. Our relationship has evolved over the years, and it makes more sense for us now to buy the parts from those hogs.
Right.
We still buy whole hogs to do our whole hog classes, so whole hog breakdown classes that we hold. On premise, we buy your whole hogs for that. Otherwise, we're buying your parts and then some further processed products as well.
That's a cool thing that you guys do. Tell me how that kind of, what was the draw for that, and where that came from, and then how that's turned out for you guys. Because that's, you know, it's not a huge, there's not a ton of people out there that want to be butchers, but there is a small group of people out there that really get into the whole butchery and get into cutting and doing handcrafted stuff at home. So
yeah, it has been something we have done since day one. So Local Pig's been open for 12 years now, and we have been running a whole hog class on Sundays basically the entire time. So we do a whole hog class, a sausage production, and a charcuterie production.
That's very
classes.
Cool.
And they continue to sell every year in, year out. It's not people it's new people every time. It is not like repeats, really. And it is people that, there's a mix of people that want to do it at home and people that are just curious about it. So we offer lunch and some beverages, and you take home some of the meat you cut up. So you take home some pork chops and some pork steaks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a great time Sunday afternoons in our production kitchen.
Heck yeah. So you guys we're down in River Market right now. You guys weren't originally here. You started over in the East Bottoms, if I remember correctly, right?
That's correct, yeah. We started in a old building that used to be a saloon, and then it was a post office, and then it was our shop for 7 years. Until we completely outgrew that space and moved up here to River Market. It's just a few miles away from our original location.
Right on.
Yeah.
A little bit more foot traffic over here, a little bit more easily accessible.
A lot more foot traffic. Yes, we have a sister restaurant, Pigwich, that has been really advantaged by having a sit-down restaurant and lots of foot traffic here.
For sure, and we're going to get to visit that as well. So we're going to go in and see the butcher shop here and take you for a tour. I'm going to let Alex kind of take us on a tour here, and then we'll go over and see the restaurant side of things and go check everything out.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, sounds good. After you, sir.
All right.
As we come in here, seeing this is a freezer case, I'm guessing here.
Yep, that's our freezer case. So we've got a range of, ducks, rabbits, lamb cuts, some entrees we make, grass-finished beef, stocks of broths, some Phantasma's finest brats, some Casey cattle, some bison, some of our homemade stuff too, a little bit more Wagyu, ribs, just a selection of things that we like to keep in the freezer for freshness purposes mostly.
Yeah, that was one of the cool things I think that's cool about you guys, and something that we that we harp on a lot is it, you know, it's not just us, right? There's a community around here of a lot of people who do really cool stuff. And one of the first things I did when I walked in this morning is like you see the brand, you see the local pig,
Yep.
right? But there's Casey Cattle, like you were just saying. There's Casey Cattle Company, there's Casey
Yep.
Buffalo Company, you know, Central
Yep.
Grazing, who we've done a ton of work with over the years.
Yep. Yep.
With their lamb and
Barham, you guys work with as well.
Yeah.
Buttonwood, I don't think you do, but they're a great company from Southern Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool. And so tell me why that's important to you guys.
You know, we have come to the conclusion after a long time that we're not the best at everything, and we need to focus our attention on things we are good at. And we are good at making products in-house, but there are tons of things that we can get better quality and consistency from our USDA partners.
Right on.
You know, we are not a USDA facility.
Sure.
We do not have the machines, the manpower, any of the things that make a USDA's facility hum. And you know, we look to other facilities to help us with those products.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So yeah, show us around a little bit more here. So we've
Yeah,
got the
so we've
freezer
got
case over
we've got
here.
burgers and sausages and a little bit of charcuterie items. We've got
Plenty of stuff for everybody to come to.
Yep, you get scrapple, meatballs, demi-glace, pate, stroganoff, soup, turkey breast, and then we've got some spirits and some wines in the fridge. And then this is kind of our big display area. This is our refrigerated area. Yep, so we've got some beers. We've got some awesome products from Fair Share. They do great ferments. That was another one for us that we kind of had to really step back and say, we were making fermented products here, but their stuff was better, their consistency was better, so we went with that route. We've got some things we do in-house, rendered pork lard, breakfast burritos. These are great. So we make these pork burn ends out of the pork shoulder you guys send us.
Oh yeah.
Smoked pork shoulder. Eggs. It's spring, so we have goose eggs, which are not very, we don't get a lot of those. Bacons, we've got jowl bacons, we've got summer sausages. We work with 3 different creameries right now to bring in cheeses. So if you haven't noticed,
Hemmy's and Alma.
Alma, and Weeby. Yep. So we try and keep everything. We do keep everything locally sourced. That's the local part of Local Pig is locally sourced stuff. So
Yeah, absolutely.
all these producers, all these animals, they all come from roughly 100 miles around here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go check out the fresh case.
Yeah. So we have been working with Campo Lindo about as long as we've been working with you, which is the entire time. They do amazing fresh chicken. We cut it up 4 times a week and put it in the case. We have a selection of sausage links. We do a few seasonals. We've got a great pork section here.
Some good looking pork.
Right? I think it's some real good looking pork. Bellies, tenderloins, ribs, shoulders, strips. Smoked pork chops is kind of our signature item. That is a pork rib chop that we brine and cold smoke.
So you guys cold smoke, so you don't do any heat treating on it?
None. So it goes in cold, it comes out cold.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Those look really good. Let me get a close up of those right there.
Yeah. So they are kind of a mix between ham and bacon and a pork chop.
Yeah.
And we make a lot of them. They're definitely customer favorites. Make our own guanciale. Then we've got beef cuts. So we are working with Herzog in Adrian, Missouri to get us locally raised dry aged beef. It's all super high quality stuff, and we're really happy with that relationship with Herzog.
Are they doing the dry aging for you? You guys doing some of it down here? Or?
We do not dry age, nope. So we've
Okay.
actually moved to single packing on pretty much everything that we can. We have found the single packing to be the best way to get our quality consistent. Doesn't work for everything, but on anything
Sure.
we can, we are trying to single pack. We have variable customer flows So it can be very, very busy or less busy. So when we
Right.
cut a whole rack of ribeyes in the past, you know, they could all sell in 20 minutes. They could all sell in 2 days. And you just don't know. So this has been a great way to get more consistency.
Okay.
This section is really popular for us. So these are some products we make in-house. Pot pies have been a super big seller for us for a long time. Custom burger patties, chicken pot pie, that's puff pastry and different fillings. It's a great way to just have dinner in half an hour. Pop them in the oven and off you go.
And do you guys get a lot of the local traffic for people just looking for meals for the evening and
we do
stuff
we
like
do.
that?
Yep. We've got a great pet selection that has been consistently surprising how busy the pet section gets.
That's one thing that's picked up for us a lot too. A lot of folks are getting into raw dog food diets and looking for raw bones.
Those are the picnic bones you send us. Roasted beef bones. We do a raw dog food with organs and meat and chicken frame bones. Roasted beef marrow bones.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then a retail section that includes some spirits, some pickles, some sauces, honey.
All kinds of stuff over here.
Yeah, almost everything is a local producer that we're happy to work with. Yeah. We've got hot sauces. Things that go with meat is the general theme, or things that go with booze.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then we've got a small selection of wine and some t-shirts and things over here.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of things to keep track of. Yeah, that's, I mean, 95%. Right? Are you a chili head?
I'm not.
Oh, don't touch this.
I'm
they
not.
are crazy.
Yeah, that's a pretty unique small niche of folks, right?
But you'd be surprised how well they sell, actually.
Yeah.
You know, it is, you know, they're good for gifts. Like, you know, I know my dad likes spicy things, or my brother or whatever. And
Sure.
You give him a 4-pack of those, and yeah, I can get about half of one down, and that's it.
Yeah, I would imagine. I don't even want to try. I don't even want to try.
All right.
Well, let's go check out Pigwich.
All right, let's go this way.
All right, following you.
Cool. So when you leave Local Pig, follow the yellow brick road, and you will get to Pigwich.
You guys have a nice patio out here.
Yes, we have room for about 200 people in the summertime, or whenever it's nice out. Could be January, you never know. All right. And off we go.
Oh, I'm already getting hungry smelling.
Right.
And so you had initially started with the butcher shop.
That's correct.
And Pigwich came later.
Yeah, so we added Pigwich a year after we opened Local Pig. You know, we were at that time a dedicated whole animal shop. So we had a lot of ground beef.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you're well aware of.
Right.
And we needed to figure out a way to sell cheeseburgers. And so we found a food truck and parked it outside and hooked it up to the power and the water for the building, and that's what we used for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always one. It's, you know, people starting whole beef programs, especially, like hamburger is always the bottleneck, you know, until you find a couple people that'll start taking the hamburger, and then it doesn't seem to be able to keep up. So it's always one extreme or the other.
Yes, it is.
So tell us a little bit about Pigwich, what you guys do down here, what you guys like, what's some of your favorites, and
so we do barbecue, burgers, and chicken sandwiches, and some other sandwiches as well. we try and keep it pretty simple. Try and keep it pretty quick. We're trying to be in and out, and once you get through the line, it's about 10 minutes or less. So burgers and barbecue are two of my favorites. Jalapeno popper is probably my favorite sandwich. So that is our pork brisket, which I need to take a moment to highlight that product because we buy it from you guys, and we are so happy to do so. You guys, we were buying pork picnics and smoking them in-house, and we wanted to get more consistency in that product, and I worked with you guys to figure out the right rub, the right smoke time. We did a small inject on it, and it is now an off-the-shelf product for us and has saved us so much time, and it's just such a more consistent product. We are so happy that we get to buy that product from you guys.
That's something, and I can't, we can't take all the credit for that, right? Like the farmers raising these hogs are doing an amazing job, and
fair point.
We do a little bit of processing, do a little bit of work to it on our end as far as the curing and the rub and the smoking and that kind of stuff. And those guys do an amazing work with their hogs and how they grow them and the product that they're turning out and these animals that they're raising that as well as us, like, you let a hog do what he wants when he wants, and the product that comes out of that animal is just absolutely amazing and a night and day difference from grocery store pork and from other store stuff that's out there. So
we're very happy to serve that product. These four are our biggest. This is our biggest selling category.
These four right
barbecue
here.
right here, and all of that comes from the pork we buy from Paradise, and super happy about that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's something that we're getting into a little bit more. Situations like you guys, or situations and clients like you guys that are running into circumstances where you're finding that you don't necessarily have the time to do stuff, or you're looking for a better way, something better to, and I know
consistency it was the biggest thing for me.
Consistency, and I know from
same thing every time.
From knowing you long enough, thinking the same way Art does, the things that we can do better, the things that we can do more efficient, more consistent to help our customer in the end, right? Because it's that's a lot about what it is trying to do what we can do to put a more affordable product out there, put a better product out there, and make it more accessible to as many people as we want. Because it's like, we love the pork, right? We love like the beef that gets done on the natural side of things, the hogs that get done the way they get done. It's like, we know that it's a better quality product than what's out in your normal typical grocery store and a lot of the restaurants that are across the country. And so what can we do to make that available to more people? And so, we started working with Scott up at Scott's Kitchen with his sausage, doing kind of the same thing, where it just got to a point where he was going through enough of it that, they had a ridiculous amount of labor into it and trying to push it over and turn it over on a consistent basis. And like, that thing gets costly when you're in a smaller environment that you're hand making everything.
You don't have the machines. You don't have the way to make it efficiently.
And so that's been really cool for us, and we're just happy that we can be a part of that and help you guys produce something at a good quality, consistent level that you guys can bring it back to your place, your restaurant, and serve it in a better way. So that's been a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that grows, because that's it's a big thing for us, right? Like, we harp on and we preach a lot about local businesses, talking to the consumer about spending your money local, but I don't know, and I'm going to do a little bit of a separate video here sometime soon about this, but just our thoughts on why doing business to business local stuff is important to us as well. It's like, we're in business to make money and help support our family, help support all of our employees and all their families and all that kind of stuff, but we're also here to help other businesses succeed. That's something that we've kind of, I know you're familiar with the Missouri Association of Meat Processors. Something that we've really learned from that association is, even though we're all like, because we're doing the same thing, right? We're in the same business. We're selling people meat. So, like, really, I'm standing next to a competitor right here. But it's never felt that way.
No.
And I don't think it ever will.
Yeah.
Because we're not, like, I don't think that, we've had this conversation, right? Like, you're not looking to come up to Trimble or, get outside of the Kansas, and we're not looking to come down into Kansas City to do a retail shop where you're at, and so it's important for us. And I think, like, none of us want to have this grandeur scale idea that we want to take over the entirety of whatever, right? And so we can work with you guys and have, and that only makes us better, right? Like getting your thoughts and ideas about things, like your thoughts about a product, how it should look, what it should look like, cook times, dwell times, rubs, ingredients, and all that kind of stuff. Like, that only helps us do what we do better. So
for sure,
that's a huge aspect for us. It's not just that we're, that we want to support local or have our customers support local businesses or whatever, but we're business to business is supporting each other and making sure that we're all here and we're all having fun and doing what we love to do and being successful while we do it. Because if we're not, we can't keep doing it, right?
Yeah, you have to keep the lights on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what else over here would you like? You got a dining room over here.
Yeah,
inside.
the big parts are dining room. Interior dining room, patio dining room.
Little empty now, but we're here early.
We're here before. You're here before open.
We'll
be open.
Lunch.
You don't want to try and do this during lunch. Yeah, so it gets busy, especially on Saturdays. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, this has been great. I definitely appreciate your time. I know that you're a busy man. You got things to do, so we're not going to take up a whole lot of your time. So I definitely appreciate you having us down.
Happy to do it.
Letting us chase you around a little bit and tell us about what you do. So
happy to do it.
Guys, if you haven't been down here yet, like I said before, come down and check them out. They've got a great butcher shop, tons of really cool stuff. The in-house stuff that these guys do, from the scrapples and the terrines and the sausages that they make, all the way down to the fresh cuts and the attention to detail that they put into everything with how they're preparing stuff, how they're setting it out for you guys. You really need to come down and check them out because they have some really, really awesome products, and they're great people. Alex is, like I said, going on 17 years of working with him, and we still like him, and we still want to keep this thing going for a long time going. So,
likewise,
well, appreciate it. It's been a cool partnership, and we hope to continue going for a long time. We love this community, we love this city, love being in and around. We're a little bit removed from the city, but the people in and around here are awesome, and we just hope to be able to keep doing this. And I think it's an important part of working together, collaborating, that we can continue helping each other build success and be able to, turn it into longevity. And maybe, hopefully one of these days our kids will be able to keep this going for another generation. So
that's right.
Well, guys, we appreciate you stopping in. We'll see you next time.